Welcome back. I'm Brad Browning, author of The X Factor. And today we're talking about what no contact does to your ex's mind. Now, as you know, no contact is a powerful technique for winning back an ex. Not only does it help you process the breakup and increase your confidence, it has an even bigger impact on your ex's mind. And this is, after all, the primary reason that we do no contact in the first place. So if you're trying to reconnect with your ex, you have to change how they're feeling about you, about themselves, and about the relationship. And you can't do this by being their friend. You can't do it through begging and pleading, and you certainly can't do it with a convincing argument. The only real way to change your ex's mind is through no contact. So by removing yourself from their life for around a month, you'll start to completely reshape their mental state to make them more receptive to your contact and your natural charm. Now, this all assumes that you do no contact correctly, and that means actually doing it. I've had plenty of clients telling me that no contact didn't work for them, only to then admit that they're still liking their ex's posts on Instagram, texting occasionally, or even sleeping with them every night. So no contact means no contact. If you want more details on how it works and how to do it properly, I've included links to a few no contact videos in the description below. Start here with the one in the pop-up right here in the corner. So with that all aside, let's talk about what your ex is thinking during no contact. Before we get into it, I will say that it's likely going to be hard to tell that your ex is feeling these feelings because, of course, you won't be in contact with your ex. But at the same time, you'll probably see your ex looking just fine on social media. But I need you to remember that social media is about trying to construct a specific narrative. So your ex is trying to make you specifically feel like they're just fine, that they're moving on with their life, and that they're not sad without you. They don't want to appear weak. But this is all just a smokescreen, and here's how they're really feeling. Number one, they're surprised. So this is going to be their first reaction when you do go no contact. Your ex doesn't expect you to cut all contact with them after the breakup, especially if they were the one who ended it. In most breakups, there continues to be, a drip of contact every now and then, and this helps soothe the emotions of both parties. But that is exactly what we don't want right now. If you continue to stay in contact with your ex, you're giving them a little emotional boost every time you reach out or respond to their message. And while it's going to be tinged with sadness, on the whole, it's going to be a net benefit to their mental state because it's going to give them that feeling that everything will ultimately be okay. Now, you don't want your ex to feel this way if you do want them back. You don't owe them this kind of emotional support, and if you give it to them, you're only helping them get over you. But still, because you two are so close for so long, they expect it. And now when you deny them your contact and you seemingly move on, or at least take steps to cut them out of your life, they're going to be shocked. They may think that you're being a little rude, but they'll quickly realize that this was their choice. And now that you two are broken up, they can't expect you to spend time talking to them. Another way you're upending their expectations is through your own mental state. They expect you to be extremely bummed out following the breakup. They think you'll just mope around, cry, and just generally fall into a deep depression. After all, they were the love of your life, weren't they? So when you don't react this way, they may say that they're glad. They want you to be happy and to move on. But a huge part of them, a part that they never reveal, is actually upset that you don't seem more affected by the breakup. By acting in ways that don't match their expectations, you can really only win bonus points with your ex. You see, they have a version of you in their head. This is the version of you that they've built up over the time they've spent with you. And obviously, if you're watching this, that version of you is not someone that they want to be with. And when you upend their expectations, you're showing them that you're not the person they thought. You're full of surprises, and maybe, if they give you another chance, you'll be able to give them a different life than they had thought. Now let's move on to number two. Your ex is intrigued about how you've changed. So as I said, by going no contact, you're showing your ex that you're not who they thought you were. They're going to be impressed by your ability to move forward and not dwell on the relationship. And they'll wish that they could do the same. And this shows them that you have, self-confidence and self-respect. It shows them that you have discipline and that you're willing to make sacrifices. But as always, no contact goes far beyond just cutting your ex off. If you're really following the steps that I lay out in my video tutorial at breakupbrad.com, you'll spend this time away from your ex improving yourself and your life. Now, if you don't know where to start, simply take stock of your life and think about what could be improved. It could be anything from improving your fitness, getting ahead at work, starting a new hobby, whatever it is. Just think about it because we all have areas of our life that we're not happy with. And the no contact period provides you with more time than you had while you were still dating your ex. So don't let that time go to waste. If you just sit around and mope, you're actively working against getting your ex back. Now, I usually recommend setting goals here. It's great to say, I want to improve my fitness. but that's pretty vague, so it can become overwhelming when you don't know where to start. So a better way to go about it is to say, I want to run a 10K race, or even, I want to hike an hour without getting winded. These are actual measurable goals, meaning you'll know when you've actually reached them. Now, I don't recommend doing these things just to impact your ex, but they will have a major effect on how they see you. Just remember, you are in no contact, so don't go calling up your ex to tell them that you nailed that presentation at work or increased your max bench press by 50 pounds. Instead, let the results speak for themselves. Or if you want more direct results, you can post about it on social media. Social media is a great way to surreptitiously share things with your ex without actually breaking no contact. But still, you don't want to overdo it. If you keep posting about how well you're doing and how great your life is, your ex is going to be able to tell that you're covering up how you really feel. All right, let's move on to number 3. Your ex is angry. Now, when you go no contact, your ex might become quite angry at you. But don't worry, this is not going to hurt your chances of getting them back. In fact, it can often help you in the long run. You see, anger is not a sign that your ex no longer wants you. It's actually usually the opposite. If your ex is angry at you, it's because they're still invested in the relationship. Now, of course, there are plenty of reasons that your ex may be angry at you that will not actually help your chances. For instance, maybe you cheated on them, stole from them, lied or slept with their best friend. In any of those cases, obviously this anger is warranted, and the things you did could very well make it impossible to ever regain their trust and start again. But if the thing they're angry about is you going no contact, then this is a positive sign. Because really, how can they justify being upset that you're no longer interested in talking to them since the breakup? That's just a natural part of breakups. You don't break up and then stay in contact forever. So what they're really mad at is the fact that it seems like you're moving on faster than they are. And this hurts them because they want you to fall apart without them and beg them for a second chance. So really, this anger isn't truly anger at all. This anger is actually masking their true feelings. Which brings us to number 4, which is your ex is experiencing a deep depression and sadness. I mean, yes, of course your ex is feeling sad right now. They just had a breakup with someone they loved and cared about. They had a lot invested in your relationship. The decision to end it, whether it was theirs, yours, or a mutual decision, was a very difficult one to make and came with a lot of emotional fallout. And now that you've gone no contact, they realize that they have no one to rely on for emotional support and that you may truly be gone from their life forever. And these factors are going to have a huge impact on their mental health. They're most likely going to fall into a deep depression. They're going to struggle to get out of bed and live their life. They'll have difficulty engaging with work or school, and their thoughts are going to turn to you and the life you had together. Their habits are going to become more self-destructive as they seek, any kind of remedy for this pain, and that's only going to cause them to slide even deeper into the hole. Now, of course, this is very sad. I know you probably don't want to hurt your ex. You love them. You wish you could just take that pain away from them, even if it means breaking no contact and destroying any chance you had with them. But the truth is, you can't help them anymore. Now that you've broken up, you're no longer that person who was able to lift their spirits and cheer them up after a bad day. This early into the breakup, you're just another reminder of the life they've lost. And don't forget, you're suffering right now too. You don't have the emotional bandwidth to save them from themselves anymore. You need to focus on your own healing, and that will only be interrupted by trying to help your ex. And on top of this, as harsh as it may sound, you really don't actually want to help your ex right now. I mean, if you want them back, you want them to really feel the sting of your absence from their life. They need to know that your presence was a good thing that they were actually taking for granted. And now that you're gone, they may not be able to get through that kind of darkness alone. But there is, of course, one way out for them, and that is getting back together with you. All right, number 5, your ex is experiencing FOMO, or fear of missing out. Have you ever gone to a party that you really didn't want to go to just because all of your friends were going? Or maybe you've gone on a vacation that you really couldn't afford just because you didn't want to miss out on the experience? Well, if you have, then you've felt FOMO, or fear of missing out. And FOMO is a very real phenomenon that makes us do some crazy things. It can make you act in ways that you shouldn't, like wasting money, staying out too late, and in some extreme cases, even cheating on your partner. Yes, we can all fall prey to the feeling that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and it can make us do whatever it takes to find out, even your ex. After a breakup, you and your ex's lives started to diverge, right? If you lead an exciting life without them, they're going to start to experience a powerful sense that they're missing out on good times. They know that you're doing all sorts of exciting things with your friends and family without them. If the two of you were still together, then they would have been invited. The only thing keeping them from this exciting life is their choice not to get back together with you. Now, to maximize this feeling in your ex, which is something you should definitely want, You do need to make an effort to get out there, have fun, and do exciting things that you know is going to make your ex jealous. So now is the time to take that vacation. Now is the time to attend that big concert or festival, to climb that mountain you've always talked about. It's going to make your ex crazy with desire for you, even though they'll never admit it. And this is going to be especially true when you go no contact. Now they can't even hear about the things you did directly. They have to glean information from social media and what mutual friends are saying about your ex escapades. Without a complete picture of what you're doing, your ex is going to have to fill in the gaps themselves, and this is going to make them even more intrigued, even more jealous, and more full of FOMO. But not only are they missing out on all the fun things that you're doing, they're missing out on being with you, the one that they love. And this is especially true if you've managed to actually improve yourself after the breakup. They're going to see this new version of you and wonder what else they're missing out on by choosing to stay away. And this feeling can, and actually has, resulted in many couples getting back together after just a short time apart. All right, now let's move on to number 6, loneliness. Now, when you think about it, you were your ex's companion through the difficulties of life. I don't care how strong their support system is, now that you're gone, they're going to feel lonely. This loneliness feels like a big empty spot inside them, like something important is missing from their life. People seek out romantic love because they feel it's essential. Love is one of the biggest driving factors for most people. And having that special person by our side just feels right. And not having them just feels wrong. And this is a huge part of what it means to be human. And now that it's gone, your ex is going to feel a huge emptiness that they're not going to be able to fill. Maybe they'll think about dating again. Maybe they'll even go on a few dates. But while dating can be exciting and fun, it takes time to really build a relationship with somebody new. And it's impossible to do this effectively right after a significant breakup. So if your ex does decide to go on dates, it'll most likely make them feel even worse than they did before. They won't be able to get your face out of their mind the entire time. Really, a good relationship is like an anchor in a chaotic world. Without you, your ex is now lost and confused. And this lost feeling can be the most difficult and destabilizing of all. In many cases, this is what will ultimately bring them back to you. And number 7 is they're going to feel worthless. See, our sense of self-worth comes from many sources. Our career, our potential, skills, interpersonal relationships, etc. So when a big, important relationship falls apart, whether it's overnight or more gradually, we can be left feeling like we lack value. The truth is that our real worth comes from being a person in the world and can't be taken from us by a breakup, no matter how bad. But as I'm sure you know, there's a difference between knowing this and actually feeling it. So there's a good chance that your ex is feeling like they have no value right now. They think that they're unlovable. Not only does it seem like nobody wants them, but that, even if they wanted, they wouldn't know how to create a relationship that lasts with another person. So I think it's safe to say that your ex is feeling some pretty negative emotions right now. And not only do they feel bad, but they feel confused. Their mental state changes from minute to minute, and they're under a lot of stress. As I've said, it sucks to know that someone you care about is feeling this way, but at the same time, the fact that they're feeling these feelings is going to help you get them back. Now, it may be tempting to run to your ex and hold them in your arms and try to make them feel better. It may also be tempting to use this knowledge of their mental state to manipulate them into getting back together with you. But really, neither of these approaches are going to help you win them back. You may be able to make your ex feel better for a time, but you can't shield them from these feelings forever. All you'll do is confuse the situation and effectively help them get over you by providing them with a shoulder to cry on. And manipulation isn't going to work either. Since your ex's mental state is so delicate right now, they're going to shift from wanting you more than anything one minute to hating your guts the next. This is not conducive, of course, to building a new, healthy relationship. So instead, use this knowledge as motivation to keep going with no contact. Know that your ex is processing a lot right now, but as time goes on, their negative feelings towards you are going to fade away, and the amount that they miss you is only going to get stronger, at least up to a point. And that's why I recommend stopping no contact after around 30 days or so. It's near that 1 month mark where your ex is going to be missing you the absolute most. Trust me, I've helped tens of thousands of people in similar situations, and that's really the sweet spot when it comes to reconnecting with an ex. So stay strong, keep your head up, and keep pushing forward with no contact. I know it's difficult, but it's always worth it in the end. And remember, if you do need extra support or advice during this time, I'm here to help. Just go to breakupbrad.com/coaching to find out how to connect with me on an ongoing basis. As soon as you sign up, we can start talking within 48 hours, and together we'll make a plan that's specific to your situation. Again, go to breakupbrad.com/coaching to see all the details and my current availability. And that does bring us to the end of this video. I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end here, and I hope that you got some insight into your ex's thoughts and feelings during this difficult time. Remember, as hard as it is to know that your ex is suffering, don't forget to take care of yourself as well. Because the real secret is you're most likely feeling all the same things that your ex is right now. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys in my next video.